Guys, I'm Philia and welcome back to another video. Today in this episode we're going to be talking about how I enjoy 22 episode seasons. I know that's what it's going to say in the title, but I'm actually mean like 15 plus. I could even go down to 13 plus maybe videos. And what prompted me to make this video was I'm seeing like a lot of shows that are around 6 to 8 episodes now, and some of them are not even like an hour each. Some of them are like 30 minutes each. And I do want to make the distinction that I do know like comedies always do that, but I understand that. But now it's coming about, it's starting to be more, I'm starting to see it more with the dramas. And I want to make a disclaimer saying that I don't think that these shows are bad. I don't think that they're bad, because I think when people say, oh, no more 6 to 8 episodes, people say, oh, so those episodes aren't good. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that I want more. And with me seeing all of these new shows that are around 6 to 8 episodes, some of them actually don't even need to be 6 to 8 episodes. Prime example, I'm gonna give an example with Upload. Upload's second season was what? It was like 6 episodes around like 30 minutes each. But the thing is, Upload didn't have to be like that. And I get it. Some shows only can last a certain amount of episodes. Some shows 8 episodes work for them because that's kind of like their structure. But the thing with Upload is it could have gave you more, because they have the tools to give you more with the story. And that's all I'm saying. Like some shows like The Cleaning Lady, which is a show that I enjoyed. It was 10 episodes, very like short, concise, but it had the means to me to go on a little bit longer. So in this video, I'm just gonna tell you guys about what I think about the episodes and TVs today. So I have my like notes on the side, so if you see me glancing over here, it's because I have my notes on the side. So my number one question that I wanted to pose was, do shorter episode seasons impact or affect the quality of a season? And I think yes and no. And what I mean yes is we don't really get time to connect with the character fully and understand the character fully. And when I say that, I mean shows with 6 to 8 episodes, they're building up to something. So those 1 through 6 or 1 through 7, they're all just lead up. And I feel like the story gets pushed aside and those episodes are not handled with enough care. That's all I'm saying. And yes, and yes to that question, it means since the season is shorter, it gives you the ability to jam pack everything you need into those episodes, you know? It's not going to go on for, it's not a 22 season episode where everything has to be spread out. Yeah. So when I get into the pros of like 6 to 8 episodes, I wrote in my notes that gets into the drama faster, cuts out the filler, but I'm going to talk about filler later, even though I like filler, but I will talk about that later. And then lots of people when they watch TV shows, they just want to, you know, get in, get out, and really not like stay there for a long time. And I get it. Some people don't want to watch TV for a long time, and that makes sense. So the beauty of 6 to 8 episodes is, especially if they're short, like 30 to 35 minutes, you can kind of get in and get out. And then for the cons I put can't really get connected with the characters, and I touched on this earlier. And what I mean by that is, no matter what character you have on screen, when we see that character constantly throughout like 15 to 20 episodes, you get connected with that character. Like in Lucifer, Dan. I really didn't care for Dan. When I was watching Lucifer, I really didn't care for Dan. I really didn't even think I cared for Dan. And spoiler alert, when he died, I cried. And I was looking to myself like, why am I crying? I don't even care about this character. But constantly seeing that person kind of maybe grow and change on the sidelines, it does something to you. I recently just finished binge watching The Practice that came out in 1997. And there's this one character called Richard Bay. And Richard Bay, you don't like Richard Bay. Like, and the thing is, he's like quick-witted, he's funny. But when you're watching the show, you're like, ugh, Richard. But then in the end of, I believe, one season, I can't name which one, spoiler alert again, he dies. And I was really like overcome with emotion. And I was like, how did that happen? Because you see Richard, you see him arguing cases, you see him here and there, and you see some glimpses, I'm gonna say glimpses of goodness, of fairness. And when it ends, you're just like, wow. And it makes you appreciate the character more when you're watching it and seeing it over and over again throughout all of those episodes. I feel like the 6 to 8 episodes can't really give you that until you see more, you know? So another con I said was not as fun. And what I mean by that is, when I'm not a TV show purist. I'm really not. And I don't want anyone to mistake me in this video. If you like your TV show, you like your TV show no matter what. Don't let me tell you that your 6 to 8 episode show is not fun. Don't let me tell you that. That is your opinion, and that is your right to like whatever TV show you want. So when I say it's not as fun, all I mean is, some shows with 22 episodes or 15 plus episodes are just fun and wacky, and they're not trying to be perfect, and they're not trying to be a masterpiece. They're just trying to tell you this story, you know? Like, one episode of characters could just go on a road trip, or go to or have a beach day, or like in Felicity get locked on a train, you know? And in that time, you learn more, and you grow, and you see them grow, and you see stuff get hashed out. It's really nice to see. And also, another con I said, time doesn't really move as fast. Or wait, time moves really fast. And I had a gripe with this, and you can see it in my Summer I Turned Pretty video, is that the Summer I Turned Pretty is over the summer. And there's 7 episodes, and I don't think those 7 episodes truly conveyed how long summer is, or how long summer was. That's all I'm saying. Also, and I get it, the Summer I Turned Pretty, the first book, there's not enough meat in there to give you 15 episodes. So for them to do that, they would have to really go off script, and I understand that. But still, it doesn't really feel, it felt like 2 weeks. That's why people are always on like Belly's maybe decisions between like Cameron or Jeremiah or Conrad, is because they felt like it happened so quick. You need build up. I feel like they've lost the art of build up, and I know that's kind of contradicting to what I said earlier about how each season is just building up to something in the end. But what I mean build up is having how characters talk to each other, you know, how characters have been around in close quarters for a long time. You see those little small things that start to occur, like in Lost. So we had Jin, and then we also had Michael. Right? You know, they hate each other at first, you know, they fight and everything, but over the course of time, you see them in the background kind of like getting along, especially when they were building the raft. You hear Jin speaking Korean, and you see Michael like, yeah, understanding Jin. And that's just a small thing that happens, that you know that they've been together, and then they've been close in this span of time for a long time. And those are some of the small things that I think storytellers and I think directors are missing, is the little things that happen, like how characters are around each other, the things, how people let their guard down when they're around friends, or how people put their guard up. Like when this person is anxious, she stands up while talking to someone, but when she's calm, she'll maybe sit down and do this. Those little things about actors' body movement and direction and nonverbal communication, I think those are some of the more important things that we're not really seeing a lot. And then con. This and my last con was the season doesn't seem worth it. And when I say worth it, I don't mean it's not good. It's just that after it ends, you're like, okay, I have to wait a year or two for another 8 episodes. You know? Like, I don't know if Upload Season 3 got renewed or if it's coming back, but when it does come back, is it just going to be 6 episodes like it was in Season 2? It kind of is like, why do I even watch this show? You know? It's like, if it's only going to be that short and that period of time, is it even worth it? And it's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad. So I just got done watching The Bear. And the thing about The Bear is, it's a good show. You know, the acting is great, the direction's great, the filming is great, but like episode to episode, I didn't want to click the next button. I didn't really have the urge to want to watch the next episode. And then the reason why I'm saying they're building up to something, yes, they're building up to the end, which I think the end was probably the best episode out of all of them, especially with the ending. And I just want people to realize that there's more than just the end. There's the beginning and middle. For Era. So, and I have my notes here, and I just wanted to say that I put also, since it's 6 to 8 episodes, there's not a lot of room for error. So in these episodes, everyone is trying to make the show a masterpiece when they should be worrying about each episode. And that's what I kind of touched on before. And like I said before, I'm not a TV purist. I've watched every single episode of Make Mermaids. Like, when I tell you that. So I feel like people making TV shows today, they want their project to be a masterpiece, or like you could tell in the show what they want their show to be. So if the pacing is so slow and the camera movements are just so slow and it's kind of just bleak and dark, you're just like, this is not fun. This is not fun. And in your show, my advice to everybody who wants to, make their own show and write a show, your show doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It's just yours to express yourself and have fun, And watching TV shows episode after episode, obviously not every episode is going to be perfect, but all of them together could be perfect. Plus, when you're starting to have shows that don't really need 6 to 8 episodes, it's kind of holding them back. Like I said earlier about like Upload and the cleaning lady, Upload could do way more. And what I mean by that is they have enough story and enough mystery to go into more stuff. And I think the 6 to 8 episodes is really holding them back in the storytelling factor. I don't mind that each episode is 30 minutes because it's like a comedy, It's whatever. But I feel like they just need a little bit more story building episodes to get them on top, because it's a really good show and doesn't get a lot of credit. And then also, why can't shows just be mediocre anymore? Like I said earlier, it is okay to make your mistakes. It is okay to have your mistakes. It's not a master. I say this about Pretty Little Liars all the time. Pretty Little Liars went on a long time. I didn't like the ending. I know. But you can't say that when you were watching Pretty Little Liars that it wasn't fun. that it didn't want it, that it made you click the next episode so fast. You know, all the theories roaming around, it didn't matter that some of the mysteries were crazy, because people would just go on YouTube and make rants. They're like, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, and I agree that ending, it was not good, but it was fun. Gossip Girl wasn't perfect. It really wasn't, but when you watched it, you got something out of it. And I also said in my notes, I find myself gravitating towards shows with more than 6 to 8 episodes whenever I'm searching for any new show to watch. And I feel like shows with more than 6 to 8 episodes, around 15 to 22, or maybe even 13 to 22, they're kind of my all-time favorites, because they make you feel comfortable. Everybody talks about comfort shows and comfort watching. I don't think you can comfort watch a 6 to 8 episode show. Everybody's comfort show is usually, like, I'm gonna use a big one, like Gilmore Girls. Imagine if that show was cut down to like 8 episodes a season. How would that even be? You know? And I just want, when I watch TV, I really want to feel in there and connected and loving the story and wanting to watch the next episode. And I feel like with this new trend of 6 to 8 episodes, lots of shows are having to fight harder to, first of all, this is the age of TV. So you're having to fight harder to get your show on air, and then you also have to keep people watching with 10 freaking networks all competing for one thing to get the most subscribers, the most likes, get your show the most talked about. And that's what's kind of holding like the other stuff back, because when people want to watch a show that's in their mind is really, really good, and when they see the flashy camera work, when they see the cinematography, they gravitate towards that. But some things can just be simple, you know? I will say this forever. I think The 100, like those earlier seasons, is some of the best TV I ever watched. And I feel like what makes a good show to me is rewatchability. So if I can rewatch a show, that's how you know that I like it. Some of these shows you can't really rewatch. And to end off this video, all I want to say is, I am not saying that 6 to 8 episodes makes your show automatically bad. I just don't think 6 to 8 episodes should be the standard. And with that, I want to say thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.